So Bancor has gone from 28 cents in May all the way to $2. No, actually, sorry, this is the actual price. To about 250. Yeah, so almost a 10x. And the price predictions have been pretty close. So Bancor has done a great job. Our team also has done a full review on Bancor. So subscribe to Token Metrics to check out the full review. And we likely might also do an in-depth investment report on Bancor as well. And Bancor is one of the premier DeFi projects. Bill, what's your take on Bancor?
Right, I've almost got it ready here.
Okay. And I was an investor in Bancor as well back in the ICO, but I sold during the 2018 bear market. But I mean, that goes to show you about value investing and hodling in a way. All right, go ahead, Bill.
Okay, so in this, what looks like it's happened is, it feels to me like the price action has like shocked people a little bit, right? It lurched higher, right? But it's sort of stalled kind of in the middle of like no man's land. So I do think that you may have some people that are ringing the register on this. I mean, obviously, if it's a 10x, people are going to take their money and go home. So in that sense, if you've made a bunch of money, take it. If you're like, oh no, I have to get in because this is going to go to $5, then I would say buy a dip to 215 right here. Okay, because every time it kind of goes to this level, it's 220 actually. Okay, so it's got a little bit of room for dip buyers, but you can definitely see people ringing the register and taking their money out. Because, you know, in altcoins, it's paid to go from, you know, DeFi plays like, you know, the lending coins like Compound, and then move into Aave, and then move into Kyber, and then get out of that and move to Chainlink. So I think that's playing out here, where people are like, okay, you know, I'll take my money, and maybe the day traders will try to buy a dip to 220.
Now, after our team has kind of done a deep dive on Bancor, this is actually one of the projects I would feel comfortable holding long term, just because if you're a value investor, I think this is a good project long term. Now, obviously, as Bill mentioned, it's up 10x. Take profits, right? Because I mean, if there is a correction, you definitely don't want to be left holding a bag. But long term, this is definitely a good project. Because here, let me just pull up DeFi pulse to see how Bancor is doing. So Bancor is launching version 2. And for those who don't know, Bancor is a liquidity protocol. So in a way, they kind of compete with Uniswap. And Uniswap has been getting all the shine, all the attention. And that's definitely warranted. However, we feel like Bancor has been overlooked. And kind of like what we mentioned about a month or two ago, when Compound launched and people kind of overlooked Maker. And then Compound ended up peaking, and it's basically been tanking since then. While Maker ended up kind of bouncing back, and now Maker has the market dominance in terms of DeFi. I'm not sure why this is slow. So just give me a minute. But in essence, though, I think Bancor is basically, if you're long and bullish on DeFi, I think Bancor is definitely a good project to have in your DeFi portfolio. Right now, obviously, sub 10x, so take profits. Always take profits. No one ever got fired for taking profits, especially if it's a 10x in this year. I mean, because 10x is a 10x. Okay, so, but if you take profits, at least in my opinion, I would not sell everything, because Bancor is a legit project in this space. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why this is not loading. Let me try this again. So Bancor is a legit project in the space, especially in the DeFi space. If you're building a diversified DeFi portfolio, I think having Bancor in your portfolio definitely does make sense. Okay, all right. Seems like there's something going on with DeFi Pulse where it's not loading. It's not showing anything at all. Okay, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But apologies for that. So definitely do go to tokenmetrics.com and check the full long-term value investor ratings on Bancor, because this is, in my opinion, a legit project. If you want exposure to DeFi, this is definitely a product worth having in your portfolio. Now that depends on how many coins you have in your portfolio, but if we assume you're building a portfolio with 10 to 30 coins, especially if you're on the latter, if you have a portfolio with 30 coins, I think Bancor is definitely a legit coin to have in that portfolio. But that's just my opinion. That's also kind of our team's opinion. That's not financial advice. We're all big boys and girls. Let's put on our big boy girls and pants, and let's own our decisions, and let's always do our own research. But that being said, tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Bancor? Do you trust the price predictions? Here, let me pull them up again, just to kind of show people where Bancor is going. Because right now the price predictions have Bancor somewhat peaking. They had it basically around 221 and basically going sideways for a month or so. But I mean, right now things have been going up a lot. I mean, a 10x is pretty high, but will it keep on going? Who knows? But tell us what you think down in the comments below.